A big pause, Teddy. Calm down. What is up, family? Welcome to Speak. Y'all know what it is. It is time for, I don't need this. Get that football out of here. It's time for kickoff, but we have breaking news in the NBA. Dame Lillard, he is headed to the Bucks in a huge 3-team trade with the Blazers and the Suns. I cannot wait to get to it. Now, I must apologize ahead of time. I'm going to be insufferable today because y'all know I rock and ride for Giannis Antetokounmpo. We call him by his Nigerian name today.
See the rock. Don't take the rock.
You want the rock?
Yeah.
Bring the rock back on camera. Bring the rock back on camera. Bring the rock back on camera. I don't know if he can catch basketball.
Let's see the rock.
I don't know if he can catch basketballs now. I don't know if he can.
Don't get me started. I grew up on that and one.
Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. This is the most shocking, astonishing, but for me, pleasant sports news I have heard in the last 6 months. Dame Lillard to the Bucks. It's the best thing that could have happened to Dame Lillard. That's my reaction. I think about it very simply. Dame Lillard now gets to go to a team that has a true number one. A guy who has already proven he can be the best player on a championship team in Giannis Antetokounmpo. Dame Lillard is playing some of the best basketball he's ever played in his career and in the history of the NBA. 32, 7, and 4. We've only ever seen players average that 4 times over the course of the National Basketball Association, and one of those players' names is Michael Jordan. So Dame Lillard's playing at a high level. You already know what Giannis is. Giannis always and forever plays at a high level. And when you think about the best teams in basketball over the last 5 years, it's the Milwaukee Bucks. A 1 seed, a 1 seed, a 3 seed, a 3 seed, a 1 seed. What are we talking about, as LaShawn McCoy would love to say? The Bucks are the favorites. They were the 1 seed last year. And now you got to think about floor spacing, America. You got Dame who can pull it from wherever, from 30-plus feet out. You got Giannis who can get to the cup at will. Can't nobody stop him, and they know he's going to the cup. So when I think about Dame to the Bucks, I think about championships, plural, with an S. I think about banners being dropped from the top of the stadium. I think about Giannis solidifying himself as a top 10 player in the history of basketball. I think about Dame finally getting the ever-evasive and ever-elusive championship. When I think about Dame Lillard to the Bucks, I think about the fun is in winning. The fun is not in South Beach, contrary to popular belief, though you can have fun in South Beach. The fun is in winning, and he will win in Milwaukee. He's guaranteed to win in Milwaukee because Milwaukee could win without him. So this, to me, is the best place, best move, best decision, best combination of player organization, Dame to the Bucks. Shady, I'm just getting started, big dog.
I love how happy you is. I love how excited you are. I love it.
I'm just getting started. What was your reaction?
I got to match your intensity. I loved it. When I heard this news, I said, Dame to where? To the Bucks? Now, I will say this. I would have hoped that they'd have kept Drew Holiday and shipped off Chris Middleton.
Of course.
I think Chris is kind of... But anyway, I love the move because, first of all, Giannis hasn't played with a player that get a bucket as easy as Dame, right? It's Dame time now in Milwaukee. He gets you a bucket anytime you want. He has a true point guard that can really score at will. Where we always depend on Giannis to have a good game. We need to go to bucket who we going to. Well, now you have 2 options. Imagine that pick and roll game with Giannis and Dame Lillard.
I don't want to, Shady. I'm scared.
Milwaukee always had shooters. That's what they have, shooters, and they let Giannis drive. Now you get the pick and roll with him and Dame Lillard. Oh, my God, I'm nervous, and I'm scared for the East. My Sixers are going to be in trouble. But I love the move. It's good for basketball. It's going to be great for playoffs, and I will see them in the championship.
Amen and amen and amen. Hallelujah.
Big trouble. Right? Dame Lillard he did that. That's what the Milwaukee Bucks just did to everybody in the East. Bye-bye. I mean, you talk about the number 1 seed last year already, right? Then you add Dame Dollar. So just what this does for Giannis, right? Dame can handle the rock. Giannis is so used to going to the hole and there's 4 or 5 bodies in there. You cannot leave Dame. Chris Middleton can score as well. But not only that, off the ball now, you have a guy in Dame Dollar who can get to the bucket at will.
Yes, he can.
You gonna double? You can't double because now if he dishes it to Giannis, Giannis is going to score the basketball easy. So just spacing the floor and everything that Dame Dollar brings is going to help Giannis. This right here, I don't know what's going to happen in the championship, but they're going. I don't know who they are going to play, but like Acho say, this is not just this year. This is problems for years to come. And not only that, now you talk about rest, right? You need Giannis out there to win. That's why they lost the series against the Miami Heat, because Giannis missed 2.5 games. You need Giannis to win. Now you can say, Giannis, hey, look, we got Middleton and Dame Dollar out there. Now we can kind of steal some minutes for you. So when these playoffs come, you 100% healthy and ready to go for this playoff run. You're able to do that. It's not just we got to have Giannis on the floor to score and win basketball games. And when he's not on the floor, we look like a totally different team. This screams championship. It screams everything. And like I said, starting this thing off, It screams bye-bye to the Boston Celtics, to the Miami Heat, and sorry to tell you, Shady, but to the 76ers.
I must be honest. I have never awaited an answer to a question more than I'm awaiting the answer from Joy Taylor to this question. Obviously, the resident Miami Heat fan, it's in her blood, and rightfully so. Miami Heat have been to 2 NBA Finals in the last 4 or 5 years, so rightfully so. Joy, what's your reaction?
Well, I can't use the language that I used in the car when I heard this. I would get fired.
Go ahead, use
and
it.
I like working with you guys. So I'll just say I'm displeased. It's disappointing because obviously this was where we all expected him to go because he said very vocally that that's the only place that he wanted to go. And it was a good fit for him. And we'll talk more about that later. However, personal outrage aside, I'm happy for Dame. This is what he wanted. He wanted to go to a championship contender, and the Milwaukee Bucks are a championship contender. Shady said it. That pick and roll is going to be spectacular. I don't love that they lost Drew, but I think that they have enough depth. They're going to need to add some depth at guard as well, but those things can be sorted out. This is a very dangerous combination. We know what Giannis is capable of. We know that Giannis is a champion. We know Giannis is an MVP. Now you're adding a top 75 player, one of the purest scorers that the game has ever seen, to a championship level organization. I'll get to picking apart the move a little bit later because there are some things that still give me pause about the situation. The same things that gave me pause before when we were talking about destinations for Dame to go to. Those situations remain the same. But overall, Dame got what he asked for. Not exactly what he asked for, but he went to a championship contender, and this is a great situation for him.
Yeah, what I love about it all is when you think about what Giannis had said earlier in the week. Giannis was like, look, I'm not staying in Milwaukee unless I know that Milwaukee will be a contender for years to come. And the problem at hand was Giannis was looking around like, wait, all these other teams are getting better, and my team is staying stagnant. We are getting older. Yeah. Thus, we are just getting worse by the fact that we're getting older. But now you have Dame there. Here's what I love most about it, 2-5. You brought this up, and I will exacerbate the point if I may. You get rid of Drew, but you bring in another point for a point. You feel me? When we were talking about Dame going to Miami, I don't think this was going to happen, but people were saying that, man, Portland's going to want Bam. Well, that's bad math. Because now you're about to get rid of a big and acquire a point.
No doubt.
But now in Milwaukee, it's great math. You getting rid of a point for another point. Now, I love Drew Holiday. I know him personally.
No
Heartbeat,
question.
I love him. Yeah. Effort, I love him. Human being, phenomenal. It's hard to find a person better. But what Drew has in defense, Dame has in offense. And so even though they will miss Drew Holiday defensively, but you're going to trade a point for a point, I will take that all day, every day. And when you think about Giannis has to do so much. Remember how he got hurt versus Miami, falling backwards, landing on his tailbone. Yeah. He got to play 1,000 miles an hour every freaking play because Giannis has to be the scorer, plus the defender, plus the rebounder. He has to lead his team in everything. But now you got Dame there. Dame can go for 60. Giannis can go for 50. Middleton proves he can go for 40. What else you want out of life? That's where I'm at with this. That's why I'm so excited for Milwaukee.
No, I mean, I love the trade. It's a great move. Ideally, I disagree as far as the trade from Dame to Drew Holiday, right? Because Drew he's in my opinion, he's the best two-way player in basketball.
A guard,
right?
at least, yeah.
So even offensively, if that's not his thing and his night, he gonna lock up.
Yes, sir.
If you look at every matchup they had. When Jimmy Butler was going crazy, and it's funny because I had a chance to talk to Drew about this. He said, listen, I played great defense. Hand in his face, Jimmy was just making them shots. But now when I look at who's going to be the guy to go out there and guard, Chris Middleton, I think he's declined. He's declining for the last couple years now. So if only thing I wanted to switch up, I would have had to keep Dame and Drew Holiday together and then get rid of Chris Middleton. But this team is phenomenal. I just think that with Dame and Giannis together, man, it's going to open up so many open doors for the role players. These shooters, they get wide open shots. All that type of things that you want in the team and the offense, they got with Lillard and they got with Giannis.
And you got to understand where Milwaukee is coming from. Who are you taking, Dame Dollar or Drew Holiday?
I'm taking Dame.
No question, right? So they like, hey, we'll figure out some dudes that can go out here with some effort and play some defense. Are they going to be as good as Drew Holiday? No, because Drew Holiday is a really good two-way player. But you can find some guys in there that's only going to play 15, 20 minutes a game just to go out there and play defense. What you can't find is a Dame Lillard.
Right, you're right.
That's what you cannot find. And then with that being said, Giannis, like Acho said, had to be everything. And that's everything to his teammates, too, getting them involved. Now it's like, move and go to the block. I'll get everybody involved because this is what I'm used to doing in Portland, right? And now I'm with you, so it stays the same, right? Sometimes we'll go through you, but you can go through me as well to be able to create easier shots for you, Giannis. So this trade right here is big. Like I say, if I'm Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, I'm like Joy in the car. They probably screamed how she screamed. If I'm Jimmy Buckets right now, and I'm sure some of them probably responded already via social media, but if I'm Jimmy Buckets, I'm screaming in the car like Joy too, because this right here, Dame Dollar to the Milwaukee Bucks, like you say, man, not just one championship, not two.
Oh, do that. Kind of like LeBron Please said. Do that. Please do that. That works out very,
and these two dudes right here, though, got much different mindsets than LeBron James.
No, don't do that. Don't start promising all the championships.
No, I ain't playing.
That's not the move. You can do that.
I'm living through Dame Dollar.
You can do that.
I ain't playing.
No, I mean, look, this is a team that has been consistently good to great, as Emmanuel said to start the show. They've won a championship. Giannis has won an MVP. This is a situation where he can go to and add to it. As much as we all love Jrue Holiday, obviously you're going to go with Dame over Jrue Holiday if you have to make the choice. And they have a nice roster still. They still have some pieces I think that they need to fill for depth, but we'll talk about depth way later on. We'll talk about depth in February. We're not worried about that right now. This is an incredible move. It's an incredible move for the NBA as well, because had we gotten the news that he didn't go to Miami and didn't go to Milwaukee and went somewhere that wasn't a contender, we'd be having a very different conversation this morning. So aside from being a Heat fan and being bummed that we didn't land him, this is a great situation for the NBA. And we're going to get to see Dame with a real opportunity to go and play for a championship, which is what he deserves. I know, I'm very nervous. I have my eyes, like, I'm watching over here. You're very nervous. I'm a trust that James got hands.
Shady, get the ball. I want to see the handles. Can we see them pre-show handles?
Listen, let me see that.
Stay with us.
Do y'all want to see what Dame's look like in Milwaukee? Let me see that.
Give my dog the rock, Jay. Give my dog the rock.
Listen, everybody out there,
hey, it's slippery.
They want to know what Dame Lillard's gonna look like with Milwaukee Bucks. It's gonna be something like this.
Oh, my God. All right, family, when we return, we will talk about the chaos with the Jets locker room. That's next on Speed.
Put
me in number 0. I can do it.
Hey, college football fans, Joel Klatt here. We are bringing you the best college football analysis every week. Any questions? Then send them into the Joel Klatt Show mailbag. Follow the Joel Klatt Show on the Fox Sports app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, we are in Second and Short, family. Second topic of the day, and this quite literally might be the most fascinating football conversation you will hear, because there is drama in the Big Apple. Jets are off to a 1-2 start. We know that, but get this chaos. Reports say that the defense is not happy with head coach Robert Saleh and his continued support of Zach Wilson. There is tension brewing in the locker room. James Jones, you shot me this text last night. I was at the crib watching the show, whatever I may have been doing, saw my phone dinged. I said, oh, what James sending me? You sent me a little bit of chaos, drama brewing in the locker rooms of New York. Is Robert Saleh, the head coach, in danger of losing his locker room?
Yeah, the main reason why I sent it to you is because Shady had a good day yesterday, and I was right on this because I said this yesterday. I said, you can't try to save one and lose the other 52, and that's what is happening. We've all been in locker rooms up here, and when stuff is not going the right way, you're looking at that person next to your locker, man, I don't even know what we doing, man. We need to run the ball a little bit more. Hey, man, they need to spin it over here to me. Like, you have them conversations. So right now, Robert Saleh, that's what's going on in the locker room. Man, how long we finna stick with Zach Wilson? Like, do they not see? Like, I'm open, bruh. So you're having them conversations to which now the locker room don't believe in Zach Wilson. When this thing first started, it's all good, right? We want to see if Zach Wilson has took those next steps. Aaron Rodgers has been their mentor, right? We want to see it. Don't give up on him right now. See if he could take them there. But these past 2 weeks, he has shown you that he's not. He has shown you that everybody on the team is worse when he is under center, right? And you can't score 15 points in a football game. That's not good. So as an organization, if you keep on, and as a head coach, keep on coming into that podium saying Zach Wilson is our guy and Zach is this and that, and in the locker room, they like, man, no, he's not. That is the quickest way to losing a team. Zach Wilson has shown us with our own 2 eyes that he is not that guy. I don't care if you bring in another quarterback and you still start Zach Wilson for 1 or 2 more weeks, but at least you're letting the team know I'm trying to do something about it. Right? It's not a lot of big-time quarterbacks out there, so it's not like we can do too much about it. But we see you guys. We see the other 52 men on this roster. We are going to try to do something about this. And right now, what they showing them, they ain't doing nothing about it. and that screams broken locker room, losing the locker room by the head coach.
Yeah, he is in danger of losing the locker room. He's in danger of losing a lot more than that. But this is what I've been saying since Aaron Rodgers went down. You spent, really, I can't even say the offseason. You started the middle of last season telling us that Zach Wilson wasn't the guy. You benched him. Then you spent the whole offseason trying to acquire Aaron Rodgers. Then you bring in Aaron Rodgers. You take him all around town. And we've got Hard Knocks and every interview and dusty Super Bowl trophies and taking over the East and all this, all while Zach Wilson is in the background and he's out of sight, out of mind. You pitched us on this new beginning, this new future, and then Aaron Rodgers is out, and we're like, oh, no, just kidding, Zach, come, here we go, here he is, he's our guy. Well, I don't believe you because I watched Zach Wilson play last year, and I watched you bench him, and I watched you abandon him, but so did everyone else in the locker room, and they see him every day. They were so happy he was out last year, they was wearing T-shirts from Mike White, who ain't even on the team anymore.
That's true.
The backup, can you imagine wearing a shirt to practice for the backup quarterback, Shady?
Yeah.
You know how bad it is there to
That's
do that?
bad. That's
how did
bad.
you even get them made?
Yeah.
Who even sent those to you?
And there's a lot of them.
You had them printed overnight.
Yeah.
So the situation is bad. It's getting worse. I understand maybe you got in a bad situation, and for the moment we got to talk up Zach Wilson until we figure out what we're going to do. Right. But let's be serious. Zach Wilson is not getting better. He's in his third year. He should be getting better, and he's not. And he is in a better situation than some of the other guys in his class. He has a team that we thought Aaron Rodgers could just play average with and get to a Super Bowl. And he can't even win with that. He can't even play. Let's say Zach Wilson's the best version of Zach Wilson is average Aaron Rodgers, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that math should link up to they would still be winning. And the offense is bad. He's still not improving. You pitched me on a different story, and now you're trotting out a different actor.
I mean, it's 2 starts. He ain't scored over 10. That's tough. It's tough to win like that.
Yeah, well, I think he's in danger of losing the locker room. I can honestly say that. As a head coach, right, the players, the assistant coaches, the training staff, everybody is following the head coach. He's the leader, right? And then it sprinkles down. To most teams, is the quarterback. Or there's some other player that's like the leader of the team. So initially, when they bench Zach Wilson and other players last year stepped up. I get it. He's playing bad, cool. But then in the offseason, they get Aaron Rodgers, who's a Hall of Famer, et cetera, can teach my young player how to practice, how to watch tape, how to be a better player. I get that. And the preseason games, Zach Wilson, he looked decent. He looked solid. He looked solid. Okay, wow, another step. Maybe he got better. So I get the thought of, okay, let's just try to use him. Aaron Rodgers hurt. He showed some improvement in the preseason. Let's play him. But then once he showed that he's not capable of doing it, incompetent of getting the offense going, putting points up, putting drives together. Once you show that, it's time to make different choices. Because if you don't, you got guys like Quinn Williams. You got guys like Sauce Gardner that's like, yo, look, man, I'm giving it all I got, and I'm trying to win. And now you talk about them conversations, they happen all the time.
No doubt.
Because it goes from, hey, look, coach, because I'm sure players, the vets or the leaders, coach, we can't win with Zach. I don't know if you see it, coach, or not, but he's throwing picks. He's not good. We can't win with him. Once that's figured out that we can't win with him, and that's how the team feels, as a coach, you got to make moves. Because if you don't, as young guys that come in the locker room, pouting, pissed off, why should I play hard if we're not trying to win? Why are we not trying to win? Because our coach is not trying to put the best quarterback or make different moves to win. For example, Taylor Heineke, you can get a bridge quarterback that can win games. Guy like Cooper Rush. You know, not to even talk about if it's Dak or Cooper Rush, but having a quarterback that's a bridge guy that can win games until the starter gets back. If the Jets had a quarterback like that, there'll be a lot more of these games than they are. But until then, you're going to lose the locker room, and you're going to lose his job.
And there's bridge quarterbacks out there.
It's a lot of them. Don't tell me you're rocking with him. I will leave this set.
No, I just disagree. I disagree. I don't think he's in danger of losing the locker room. I think he's in danger of losing games. But I think to myself, I'm like, something that's only metaphorically obtained can't be literally lost. Lose the locker room, that to me is journalistic jargon. That's things that journalists come up with, figures of speech, to try to talk about something that doesn't actually occur. March 3rd, 2014, the Eagles traded LaShawn McCoy for a bag of chips. March 10th, 2014, the Eagles traded Nick Foles to the St. Louis Rams at the time, I believe they were. Yep. March 11th, 2014, Jeremy Maclin was signed by the Kansas City Chiefs. Eagles did not offer him. March 28th, the Eagles released Deshaun Jackson. June 11th, the Eagles chose not to re-sign All-Pro guard Evan Mathis. Chip didn't lose the locker room. We just were sorry. And we lost games because we lost talent. But we didn't lose the locker room because players don't play for a coach. Players play for money, Players play for their family. Players play for status. Players might play for women, players that I know. But I don't know that I've ever played for a coach. Maybe a game. Mac Brown's last game, College Football Hall of Fame head coach Clyde recruited me. Maybe a game. You brought up a great point. Dennis Allen, hey, we got to go win this game for him. Obviously, as you brought up, y'all still lost and y'all proceeded to lose the next 7, and he got fired. Maybe Justin Herbert played for Brandon Staley. Maybe. But Justin Herbert also set a rookie record before Brandon Staley was his head coach. So I don't think he played for Brandon Staley. So my thought process is players do not play for a coach. When Chip traded Shady my dog. I'm working with Shady literally 10 years later. I knew Shady at 21. I'm now 32. Shady is my dog. When Chip traded Shady, I was like, dang.
I got a question for you.
Well, I still got to go get mine.
This is my question. 2 questions for you. So wait, your coach was Chip Kelly for the Eagles.
Yep.
The Browns was who's your coach?
Browns was Rob.
One of them guys, right? So my first question is
Pat Sherman.
When he got, I like Pat, but I'm gonna give it to Pat too.
Pat's a good
When
dude.
he got rid of me, Deshaun, he didn't sign Evan Mathis. He got rid of Nick Foles.
Oh.
So I get your point, right? You still got to do your job.
Have to.
But did your thoughts of Chip Kelly as a coach and a person change?
1,000%.
Bet.
1,000%.
All right? So now you didn't play for no good coaches. I'm gonna just say that right now. When you play for a guy like Andy Reid, I'm being serious.
You're playing for him.
You playing for him.
Yes.
Okay? Yo,
Yes.
if we let him down, no, that's us. We messed that up. Andy Reid, that's us. When you play for a coach that will make you run through a wall if he says that, right? Because you got that much belief in that trust in him. Hey, guys, I need y'all in here. Look. I ain't doing no fines, right?
Sure.
I want y'all to be respectful, be on time.
Sure.
Guess what? Before I left Philadelphia, I never knew anything about no fine system.
Sure.
When I went to the Bills, there was fine system. I'm like, what's the fine system? If you're late, you get in trouble. If this, because Andy Reid, we didn't play with him because that much respect.
Let me come back to you. Let me come back to you.
Because if you play for a good coach,
I don't want to do this to you.
I want to get in
I don't
on
want
this,
to
too.
do this to you.
Well, do what you got to do then.
Shady, what year did you lead the league in rushing?
13, 14?
2013. Who's your head coach?
Chip Kelly.
You had your best year under a coach that you weren't playing for.
Not my best year.
You're statistically.
Not my best year.
Okay, I'm not. Objectively, statistically, you had your best year. So my simple point is that, players play because players got to play. So C.J. Mosley isn't going to be like, man, Zach Wilson out there, I'm going to go be sorry.
But
Quinn
losing
Williams.
the locker room, losing the locker room isn't about people's ability to do their job.
What's it about?
You play different when you know you can win and you're playing to win something and when you're just going to work. There are lots of teams that before the season even started know they're just going to work. There are teams that halfway through the season know they're just going to work. Yeah. And then there are teams that go in no, we're not going to work.
Right.
We're going to win a championship. We're going on a playoff run. We're actually better than we thought we were at the beginning of the season. We got to be serious. There is a human element to sports. This is not fantasy football. Yes, the coach can be inspiring. Yes, the coach can say something that'll make you run through a wall. But it's also, do I see the other person on the field with me as somebody that can help me be my best self? Mm-hmm. That's what losing the locker room is. Yeah. They just said those conversations happen.
Here's why I disagree, James. Here's why I disagree. Well, here's why I disagree with what you're saying, Joy. Who did we all think this season was going to be the worst team in football?
The Bears. And I think they still are.
The Cardinals.
Okay, what does that mean? It's close.
Sure, it's close. But obviously it was Vegas at least said, maybe not Shady.
Cardinals.
Vegas thought it was the Cardinals.
Oh, Justin Fields.
Cardinals just beat what Vegas thought was the best team in football Sunday. Yeah. Not only that, the Cardinals played hard the 2 weeks beforehand. Last week, the Houston Texans were the worst team in football. Yeah. But when the Texans played out there every single week, every single time, even against the Eagles, Texans played tough. Mm-hmm. Texans this year, they're not supposed to be good. They just got themselves a win. Colts trotted out Gardner Minshew, a person I think highly of, but a lot of people don't. They just beat the Ravens. So the only reason I disagree with that, Joy, is because players have to play for so much more. And again, I was a backup, so I have a different experience than you, I will acknowledge that, America. But at least I had to play for so much more than my coach. I had to play for my job.
But Quinn Williams doesn't. Because he has a contract.
Let me get
Sauce Gardner doesn't, because he's going to get his money.
Let me get
Garrett Wilson doesn't. Breece Hall doesn't. Those are stars, and they're going to be stars, and there's a whole lot more that I didn't mention. So they're going to work regardless.
Yeah. Let me get in on this. You mentioned those names, Deshaun Jackson. Mm-hmm. You mentioned Nick Foles.
Macklin.
You mentioned Macklin,
Shady,
right? All them dudes probably in your phone right now, right?
That's right.
Which means them dudes is your brothers. Is it any coaches' offices in the locker room?
Not in the locker room.
No, so when you lose the locker room, right, and we're blaming it on Saleh, but it has to do with the players. Who's the quarterback for the Cardinals right now? Dobbs?
Dobbs, yes, sir.
Right. You see how he played these first 3 weeks? The Cardinals think they could win with him. Mm-hmm. The locker room thinks that they can win with him. So the conversation in their locker room, bro, Dobbs playing pretty good, bro. We get some stops on defense.
That's
the conversation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? they don't believe they can win with Zach Wilson. So that's why that's losing the locker room, because the coaches keep putting him out there. And he's shown them that they can't win with him. So now as I'm Garrett Wilson, I'm like, bro, ain't gonna give me the ball anyway. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna go across the middle and get hurt. Bro gonna get me hurt.
Yes.
You know, I've been out there when Aaron Rodgers got hurt with quarterbacks like Scott Tolzien that y'all don't know. Seneca Wallace, right? Where you barely get to see the ball coming out. Yep. He gonna get me hurt. Yep. Right? So when you play in the game and you're like, man, I don't even think this quarterback capable of getting me the ball, your game changes, whether you like it or not. Same thing in the locker room. Defense, we gonna be on the football field for a very long time. He ain't capable of getting the W's. That's a loss of the locker room.
What I love about this conversation, I think everybody's coming different vantage points. Because it's interesting. In 2015, I was in the situation you're speaking of. And again, I don't want to shade anybody, but Sam Bradford was the starting quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. Running Chip's zone read offense. DeMarco Murray was the starting running back for the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah. Running Chip's zone read offense. I was like, bro, I know we about to be sorry. We had to be sorry. Like, schematically, we were sorry. Roster-wise, we were sorry. I think Miles Austin, great at the time previously, he was like our number 2. I knew we was going to be sorry. Yeah. But D'Amico Ryans, our starting middle linebacker, he didn't change. Malcolm Jenkins, our starting safety, he didn't change again. I'm only speaking from my experience, so I won't rob y'all yours. Yeah. But I'm just saying, in this situation, which I have literally witnessed firsthand, you might know you're going to be sorry, but your guys...
But in that situation... But in that situation...
you were going to be sorry. The Jets thought that we're talking about the Super Bowl. Those players in that locker room still want to win. They went into the mindset this season of competing for a championship. Not just, oh, we know we're going to be sorry. That's what we're talking about, is those players don't want to submit to know we're going to be sorry. They want to still believe the mantra and everything that they were saying in the offseason up until now. But
not only that, those players proved something in this game. Bradford, Murray, they proved something in this game. So the backup probably wasn't even better. He might be in the wrong system, but he probably wasn't better than Bradford, right? The backup running back at the time probably wasn't better than Murray. So those dudes, Zach ain't proved nothing but losing football games and making everybody around him not good.
I just push back on the fact of, like, you can get players, like, and when they fired Andy Reid, I cried. I was hurt because I knew how good of a coach he was. I knew how much he meant to the team. A guy like Chip Kelly, yeah, I might have my best years because he just gave me the ball more than any other coach. It wasn't like he did anything special. But my thing with him is, when he moved on, players didn't care. They was clapping. Next. You see what I'm saying? When you got a player or a coach that you want to play for, you'll go out and do whatever for him. No you talked about D'Amico Ryans. He's a coach now.
Of course.
But as a player, though, right? You believe what he said.
Of course.
Yo, this OG on file everything he said. Not because he was a good player, because of the things he said, his work ethic. You believed in him. What's the difference between that and a coach? The same way he was as a player, he's as a coach. And now them players, right, they're going to feel the same way. Like, yo, what did D'Amico say? Bet, we got a chance. Yeah, I know we've been sorry for years, but we got a new coach. It's different. It's a different storyline here. So I just push back when you talk about players not really having that thing for a coach to play for them, because I truly disagree. But
go ahead. Go ahead.
Like, let's say real quick. Like Travis Kelce, right? How good he is. Do you think he would take a pay cut on any other team?
No, I don't think so.
A lot has to do with Andy Reid.
I don't think so.
And his brothers in that locker room.
Chris Jones, right? Now, granted, he did come back, but I know Chris Jones well, and I know his age as well. If it was Andy Reid, he ain't even coming back even for this extra year. No, I'm good till you get my money right. When you have a coach like that, you're willing to take chances and risks that you would never take. The same thing having a great quarterback, a Patrick Mahomes, a Tom Brady. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? When I'm getting there, I don't want to get too deep in it because I'm starting to get emotional. Like, you know.
No, and I understand where Acho's coming from, because at the end of the day, you got to go out there and get your job done because you're getting paid. This is your job. You're not in college anymore. Yeah. But I've been on teams that are really, really talented, and I've been on teams that the locker room was really, really close. Mm-hmm. You understand? And that is different.
That is different.
We won a Super Bowl because we were really, really close. When I looked at Jordy, and now I'm looking at Joy because she on my team, I got you. Yep. No matter what. I don't care if it's 1 ball, 15 ball, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So in the locker room right now, they know that Zach Wilson don't got him. So now the conversations that's happening in the locker room, like, man, I don't want to get hurt. You can't go. We all know you can't play no sport thinking about not getting hurt, right? So now you got them type of situations going through people's minds and all that, you know, and you cannot have that. And as a coach, it starts with you, but we really talking about Zach because this team don't believe in Zach. And he's going to lose the locker room continuing to put Zach in there. If you don't have a really close locker room, good luck trying to win any games with any players.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that number. I think they will lose. For sure, they will lose games. Will he lose the locker room? Well, Robert Saleh, that is up to you.
I lost my parlay, so, I mean.
All right, family, before we head to break, it's time for Speak Trivia. I need you all to tweet at us the answer.
Oh, that's shady. That's bad, boss.
Question. That does look like shady for sure. Who holds the NFL record for most receptions in a single game? Okay, it's obviously not.
Brandon Marshall. Bang!
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Brandon Marshall. Go on, show.
Who's record?
Show.
Whose record did he break?
Who's the quarterback?
That throwing the ball?
Yeah.
Jay Cutler?
Yeah.
Whose record did he break, though? Who had it before him?
I mean, you might as well reveal it. Andy, you got whooped on this one.
Come on.
Andy, who comes up with these questions. Can y'all reveal it, Heller Colvin? Can y'all reveal it? It's coming. Go ahead, because
He gonna like this.
Andy just straight up top row.
And I know how much it was, too.
How many?
21 receptions.
21 receptions.
Am I right, Andy?
He gonna take your job. He's coming for your job off camera. Off camera, he coming for your job. All right, that is it. When we return, y'all, we have to talk about the breaking Dame Lillard trade. It might be the biggest trade of the 2020s in the NBA. Don't miss it. Come back for that.
Shady. He like that. I like Shady.
Have you heard about Fox Super 6? It's the free new game on the Fox Sports app that is giving away $10,000 in cash prizes every week. All you have to do is answer 6 fun, quick questions about this week's NFL matchups. The questions range from picking winners of games to predicting 4-player performances. It's fun and, again, free to play. Play Fox Super 6. Just download the Fox Sports app and make your picks for a chance to win your share of $10,000 in weekly cash prizes. When your picks win, you win money.
Dame Lillard is headed to Milwaukee to join Giannis Antetokounmpo. The 7-time All-Star was moved in a 3-team deal with the Blazers and the Suns, according to reports. Now, obviously, according to reports, Dame wanted to go to Miami. Shady, you knew that. Talked about it ad nauseum. Joy, you knew that. You talked about it at length. But, Shady, did Dame actually end up in the best situation in Milwaukee?
I'm going to say yes. I would love to see him in Miami, but when I really look at it, they didn't lose a lot to get Dame. So acquire Dame, what they gave up?
Drew,
right? That's really it. Grayson, I mean, come on, he can game anywhere. Anyway, so when I look at all the teams, when you put them together, like the matchups, if you look at the East, you got Milwaukee, you got the Boston, you probably have the Sixers. They match up well against them.
Yeah, really.
Now, Dame's used to being the main guy all the time. That's a lot of pressure. Now I can split it. And we look at all the histories of basketball. There's never just one star that just wins everything, right? The greatest Michael Jordan, we all love him, but he's not the same without Scottie Pippen. He's a beast, but not a champion. You put Dame Lillard with the Milwaukee Bucks, they're going to be champions. And the best thing about it is now we get to see Dame at the light that he deserves. I love Steph Curry. He's my favorite basketball player right now. Kevin Durant, all them guys. Dame's going to be looked at in the same light of them dudes now because we're going to see him in the postseason. That's what makes stars. Dudes that ball out of the regular season, that's cool. Get you an MVP, that's great. When you're a star in the postseason, when everybody's watching and nobody's at home, sitting down, watching you on TV, that's what makes a difference. And Dame Lillard's that type of good, and he's that special. Him and Giannis on a pick and roll, oh, my God. How do you defend that? I'm nervous for Philly.
Come on, man. What are we talking about? Did he go to the best situation? All right. Last time I checked, they was the number 1 seed.
They were.
Last year, right? The Miami Heat were what, the 8th seed? Right? Even though they had a heck of a run, they were the 8th seed. We're talking about the number 1 seed, right? That's like Keenan Allen going to the Eagles. like you went to the number 1 seed. What do we expect? We expect you to ball. So you talking about Dame Lillard to the number 1 seed with Giannis, all the attention that Giannis gets with another scorer, another all-star, and Chris Middleton on your team as well. He absolutely went to the best situation, and he stayed in the East, which means let all them boys in the West beat each other up, especially when they get into the playoffs. He went to the Eastern Conference. This team should be the number 1 seed again, and they should be punching their ticket to the finals again. Dame Lillard just brings so much. We could talk for hours about what Dame Lillard brings. Scoring, assisting, whatever you want to talk about, man. Clutch performances, whatever you want. Giannis, I got this one. I make it's so much that he brings to this basketball team and already a number 1 seed basketball team. This is scary for everybody in the East.
a number one seed didn't mean anything.
I know they had a run. It's going to mean something this year.
It meant nothing. Well, it wasn't a run because they've been to 2 finals in the last 4 years, so I wouldn't really call it a run. The number one seed was very nice.
So you saying Heat was a better
kind.
situation for him?
Well, if I recall, he asked for the Heat. So Dame didn't think this was the best situation. I don't have to guess. Dame, the player that got traded, did not ask for the Milwaukee Bucks.
I lived in Wisconsin. That's probably part of it.
I mean, he's been in Portland. Dame can travel in the off season. They travel a lot during the regular season.
You make a lot.
I hear you. And the taxes are quite nice in Florida. There's just, those are factors. But Dame wasn't asking for that because he wanted to go somewhere fun. He asked for that because he wanted to go to a championship contender.
That's right.
So Dame didn't think this was the best situation. How dare I argue with the man that was moved? Now, this is still a great situation. I would call it 1A. The reasons why I thought that Miami was the better situation, obviously I am biased, but Dame did too. So 2 of us had a hint that Miami was the better situation. A lot of it has to do with coaching. Erik Spoelstra is one of, if not the best coach in the NBA. No, you're going to an organization that has championship standards. Now, obviously Milwaukee does as well, but they weren't so close to that because Giannis was talking about getting up out of there. So whatever was going on there, Giannis himself was unhappy and talking about that. So there is a cultural difference here. It's a great day, and I'm not going to say anything bad about Dame. I'm excited as a basketball fan to watch how this looks. I think it's a great situation for Dame. But for me to just say it's the best situation, it's not. Dame didn't think this was the best situation. Giannis doesn't think it was a good situation up until this morning. So how this will all play out, it's a long season. There's a lot of things that are going to happen. Everybody faces adversity, and I'm excited to see how they handle it. And I really like the rest of their roster as well. And I don't think that I don't think that everyone's done making moves either. I think that some of these rosters are going to look a little different, maybe potentially soon. But I can't say it's the best situation. One, because Giannis was talking about feeling uncomfortable there. They do have a new head coach, and Dame didn't ask for it. So Dame didn't think it was the best situation. He himself thought Miami was a better situation. But that said, it's not a bad place to go to play alongside Giannis and a team that has won a championship recently.
I think it's the best situation. I think it's the best situation because when you talk about championships, then you think about, well, Milwaukee is better suited to get you a championship. I'm really thinking about if you go to Miami, then who is going to be the number one? It's just going to be a whole bunch of 2s. This ain't Uno. I'm tired of drawing 2s. Like, who going to be my number one? That's the first thing. Milwaukee, you have that in Giannis. Joy brings up a good point. I was like, Dame did say that. But then I think about the context of which he said it in that interview. He was like, yeah, I want to go to Miami. What did he say after that? Bam's my dog. I think about players that want to go to different situations. Well, what's the real reason? If you want to go play somewhere, I want to go play with Macklin. I want to go play with D-Jack. Sure. James Jones, man, A-Rod, my dog. I want to go play with Jordy. I want to go. So I'm thinking about what was the context in which Dame did say that, because he did say that.
I mean, his agent also said it got to the point where the NBA had to step in.
Correct.
He made it very clear, other than just Bam, that Miami was the destination he wanted to go.
Correct. But I'm thinking about, what might his intention be for saying that? And then the other reason I think it's the best situation is because I think that players can create a culture. When you got 11-year player in Giannis, 11-year player in Middleton, I think 10-year player in Dame, or I'm inverting that, players can create the culture. And so if you add Dame to a team and a culture that already knows how to win, and you have a one who already knows how to get you there, then Dame just has to be the icing of the cake icing on the cake instead of the entire cake. Like, Dame can be a part of it instead of just being it.
The whole thing, right?
You go to Miami, big dog, they haven't won without LeBron. With Spoelstra. They have gotten close. There is no disrespect. They have gotten close. But I read an interesting study, James Jones, it was fascinating. It said that Olympic bronze medalists are happier than silver medalists. I said, how me doing this?
Yeah.
How me doing this? Why would the third place finisher be happier than the second place finisher? Like, there was a psychological study that said that. Because when you second, you feel like you should have been first. But when you third, you just happy you medaled. Miami has been second. A couple times they have been second. Dame, you finna leave Portland to go be second?
Yeah.
Heck no. So that's why I think it's best situation.
Yeah. And the thing about the players he played with. So, not to take anything from the guys he played with, but Lamar Aldridge, right?
Marcus Aldridge.
He was a hell of a player.
Yeah.
But now you got a big like Giannis.
LA could play.
Ooh, you got a big like Giannis. I don't think he even knows how good Giannis can be.
Yeah.
Right? All the attention that he gets, now you don't have to worry about that. That's the attention that he used to get from defenders. I love the move, right? And the only thing I hate about it is that's not the Sixers. That's it. Because this is a type of setup where
it's him and Embiid.
when you think about an all-star lineup, right? Now, we always talk about the big threes. Well, I don't think they need the big three. I think you got the big two, and you got other role players, and then you add Middleton in there to do some of the dirty work, a couple buckets, et cetera. This team's going to be good, man.
Yeah. I mean, they have a lot of pieces. I have their roster here. I mean, they have the Lopez brothers. They got Jay Crowder, Chris Middleton. He has been
Bobby Portis.
Yeah, Bobby Portis. He's been struggling lately, but he still is a champion. Malik Beasley.
Jay Crowder played defense.
Dude, 3-and-D.
Yeah, Malik Beasley. Pat Connaughton will be the backup.
He play defense and he can shoot.
Yes. So they have a really solid roster. How it all is put together, and particularly the conversations of how they will match up deep into the playoffs, because we obviously know they're going to be there against teams like the Celtics, who are there year after year, against teams like the Heat, against teams like the Sixers. Well, the Sixers haven't gone to the Eastern Conference Finals yet, but they're still a problem, and they still have the league MVP. It's really going to make the East incredibly interesting, and I love it for Dame. I love that we are going to see Dame in a situation where he is able to compete for a championship. So even though I'm disappointed it's not Miami, I'm excited for him, because that combination of Giannis and Dame is going to be virtually
LaMarcus. That's his name, LaMarcus.
Virtually unstoppable.
You know what else I love about it, James Jones, real quick before we get out of here, is they're all ball players. Yeah. Like, all these dudes are basketball in and out. When you think about some of the other combinations of teams we've seen as of late, some dudes focus on this, some dudes just focus on that, some dudes are, like, Dame is a basketball player.
Yes, he is.
He hoops, he goes home to his family, and the offseason he raps. Giannis is a basketball player. Like, all he is about is basketball. Middleton is a basketball player. When you think about some of the other combinations, whether it was James Harden or whether it was
fashion shows and all
these
this,
like, it's a lot. Even LeBron, as great as he is right now, he's doing movies. He's got his alcohol brand. He's investing in this. He's investing in that. Giannis, ball player. Dame, ball player. Middleton, ball player. Like, it's just a whole bunch of players.
No doubt, and that's why I said this is a great fit mindset-wise, because I feel like Giannis and Dame Dollar have the same mindset, you know, and Giannis really has one already. Like, Dame coming in here, Dame is going to be hungry to get to a championship, and it might not happen this year. We don't know what's going to happen, but he's going to be hungry again to get to one again next year. So this is such a great fit in so many ways, because usually you try to bring people on your team like, oh, we need some more dogs on our team, right? We feel like we're a soft basketball team. When you think about the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis, you think that this is a team that plays hard every single night. When you think about Dame Dollar, that's how Dame Dollar plays the game. He plays the game extremely hard every single night. And now you got these dudes on the same team, mindset-wise, to the young guys and all that. Man, it's big time.
Shady, why are you stretching? Man?
You know what it is. It's Wednesday, right?
It's Wednesday.
Crazy work. Hey, you know what you should have had? You should have had to play a Dame Dollar in there, crazy work.
Hey, when we return, it is time for America's favorite segment. That is Crazy Work. LaShawn McCoy at the big board going to reveal the top highlights from the best players in the National Football League. Any play you missed, if it was crazy, you're going to see it next on Speak. Get loose, Shady. Get loose.
Get my mind right. Let's go, Coach. Get my mind right, baby.
Everyone knows that when you want every score, the best highlights, and the biggest stories from the sports world, you go to foxsports.com. But did you know all of your favorites from Fox Sports can come to you? Announcing your Fox Sports Daily. Fox Sports' all-new, customized daily newsletter, delivering the top sports news and videos you care about every day. All you need to do is sign up on foxsports.com or on the Fox Sports app. And then just follow your favorite teams, athletes, and leagues to get only the news you want. The more favorites you add, the more personalized your Fox Sports Daily will be. So sign up today on foxsports.com or on the Fox Sports app and stay updated on the sports stories that matter to you.
This is called giving out crazy work. Can we see it? I can't wait.
LeSean McCoy!
Put that sweet feet. Stop, excuse me. Look at the footwork. Oh, my God. That's called crazy work.
Always feel good.
Get off of me, little boy. Did you see the moves? Left, right. Whoa. That's God-given. He can run around you. He can run through you. You know you are not catching that boy. It's a bad man. But that's crazy work.
Time for the most exciting segment of the week. Eagles all-time rushing leader 252 Live. He gave out crazy work. Shady, who was giving out crazy work lately?
All right, if you give out crazy work, we put you on next segment and we give you your love and show you your respect. But listen, all weekend we kept hearing about Kelsey and Swift and Kelsey. I like it. But let's talk about the real Swift and Kelsey. And that's DeAndre Swift and that's Jason Kelsey, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now look at this. Now, Kelsey sets the stage, but gets the lane for him, right? But we know Swift had moves. We didn't know he had a vertical. Excuse me, over top of him. If I can't run around him, I'm going to jump over top of him. That's what he did Monday Night Football. He showed out 130 yards, and we got the W. But we going with number 2 right now. We going with Debo Samuels. Let me tell you about this. Thursday night, we go on to the 49ers in San Francisco. Debo is the best player when the ball is in his hands. He makes 1 miss, makes 2 miss, 3 miss. I think he made 4 miss. Is he still going? He's still going. You cannot bring him down with one player. No, you cannot. Debo was too strong, and he is too good. Look at this dude. Oh, my God. Oh, I called at the come here, get over here. Get over here. See the moves? That's that wow. Debo, you a bad boy, but guess what? You did not win. No, he did not win.
Then who won?
The winner is, they call him K9. Kenneth Walker from the Seahawks. Now look at this move. Oh, my God. Right. Oh, my God.
Somebody go find his ACL.
We need to check his ACL.
Somebody go find his ACL.
Achilles. Look at this move. Oh, my boy. And listen, somebody. I can tell you this.
Somebody call his mama.
The way he moves, that's the way I move. James Jones, you see me do see your package a lot of times. Anyway, Kenneth Walker, you are the winner. That move is so great and so beautiful. And when you win, you get a
what happened, 2-5?
Crazy work hoodie.
What do you get?
I see you at Michigan State, and I knew you had game. You had a lot of game, but I know you had this. And every week, I've been thinking, my man, we need to give him a hoodie, and you got one. Show some love. It gets cold in Seattle. Russell's not there no more, so don't be fair. You're going to have a good year, maybe playoffs. We're in the playoffs for your boy, baby. Showing a lot of love.
Hey, that was crazy work by K9.
Hold on, real quick.
That was crazy work by K9.
He gave him the right, gave him the left, back to the right.
Wait, where the football? Where the right without the ball? Shady, what do you do?
Hold on. Last thing. Then he jumped into it. He jumped into the right, came the left, back to the right.
Goodness.
Hit that boy. Say it one more time.
One more time, please.
Oh, my God.
Like my knee hurt.
The question is,
my knee.
what do you say to your knee hurt?
My knee hurt just watching
What do you
that.
say to your defensive teammates and coaches?
Like
what happened on that play?
Somebody find the ACL.
Oh, man.
What happened to Buddy ACL?
Yeah, that was bad, man. That was bad.
You can't fight like that.
Hey, we know he tried it to the sideline and
That's
said,
why they call him the
almost
K9.
got
Call him the K9 because of that.
almost got him. Ooh, that's crazy.
I guess
work.
I'm not out of breath.
Look, it got you sweating, too. That's
I ain't out of breath, though.
right there.
Yeah, last year I've been out of breath.
That's good.
Yeah, you've been working out. Shady been giving crazy work to the stair stepper, to the stairmaster, to the treadmill. You've been giving that.
No more than that. No more than that. 25 down, baby.
Yeah, there we go.
And listen, Kenneth, you done gave me some hope.
Yeah. Why?
You inspired me.
Why, Shady?
I might come back.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah, I might come back.
back where?
You might miss me next year. Yeah.
Okay. Where
You ain't seen 25 since I left. My bad. Public service announcement.
Hey, that's good work, though. That's good work.
Shady, that was amazing. Okay, the top 2 crazy work players, well, the top 2 that you presented, Debo Samuel,
Nice.
DeAndre Swift.
Real nice.
Super nice. Yeah. Eagles, nice. Niners.
Okay.
Real nice. James, who has been more impressive when you talk about the 2 undefeated teams in the NFC left, Eagles and Niners? Who's been more impressive?
He's going to come to me first on that one, huh? Well, listen, I do not believe that both these teams have played their best football. But what I've seen with my own 2 eyes is the Niners average 30 points a game. They've scored 30 points a game. Defensively, I am taking the Niners defense right now after 3 weeks over the Philadelphia Eagles defense. And then just turnovers. The Niners do not turn the football over. They take care of the football. So if I got to say right now, I got to go with the Niners. I got to ride with the Niners. The Eagles, Jalen Hurts turning the ball over a little bit more than he did last year. And, you thinking it's going to change, but it's kind of trending going up right now of him not taking care of the football. So with me, I got to go with Brock Purdy and the Niners.
I'm going to go with the Eagles because they're still the best team in the NFC to me. I'm also basing this a little bit off of equity. And even though I don't think that he is taking care of the ball the way he needs to be, I also don't think that the Eagles have really played their best football yet.
I don't think so.
I don't think either of these teams really have. And I really think that only the Dolphins have played their best versions of football yet. So I think the Eagles, they have another gear. We've already seen that. This is the core of the team. We know Jalen wants to win. He comes 2 games to win. But what I love about the Eagles is it doesn't matter how they win. Like, the priority is winning. I don't need to be pretty. Obviously, we'd like to look different. We'd like to be more dominant. We'd obviously always want a clean game. But to me, the Eagles have the equity in the space, so I'm going to lean Eagles. It's really splitting hairs for me, so that's why I lean Eagles.
Yeah, I really don't know which way to go, but I will go with the Niners. I'll go with the Niners because I think they've played closer to their potential. I think the Eagles at maximal potential are the better team, but we haven't seen the Eagles give a B-plus effort, I don't think. Against the Patriots, I don't think they played at a B-plus effort. Against the Vikings, I don't think they played at a B-plus effort. Against the Bucks, they obviously didn't play at a B-plus effort. Crazy thing is, they still won all of those games convincingly. Now, against the Steelers, the Niners, I would say they played at an A-minus level. Against the Rams, it was a B. It was not all that impressive, but they still won. Giants, I'd probably say B-minus in all honesty, but they still ended up whooping them boys. Only reason I'll say the Niners, I think they've played closer to their max potential. I also am very interested to see how are the Eagles going to handle that major injury in Avonte Maddox. Shady and I were talking about this yesterday during a commercial break. Yesterday, they tried moving All-Pro James Bradberry, not yesterday, Monday. They moved All-Pro James Bradberry from corner to the slot. I don't think he'll play slot the entirety of the season. So how are they going to figure out what they're going to do in that vital slot corner position, outside corner position, and safety position? That's just the only thing, whereas the Niners, you already know where they're at, how they're there, and how they're executing.
I think the Eagles are more impressive. I think they're a better team. I said before that I thought that Brock Purdy was the second best quarterback in the NFC. Who you guys think is the number one quarterback in the NFC? Do you guys know?
Dak.
Who you think? He's being funny. Who you think? Jalen Hurts? Jalen Hurts?
Obviously, it's
Jalen Hurts.
It's all pro.
I'm going with the better quarterback, which we've seen who Jalen Hurts really is. And I was always taught this. You can't be the best until you beat the best.
That's fact.
And the last time I checked, they didn't beat the best.
That's fact.
When I look at the Eagles, we are finding ways, different ways to win games. We're finding ways to deal with adversity. How do you bounce back from adversity? We've been doing that. Turnovers, okay, we're scoring. Turnovers, okay, we're scoring. We're finding ways to do different things. Getting turnovers is another thing we're doing.
Yes, sir.
I just feel like we have the best offensive line in football. And if we're struggling sometimes throwing the ball, which we did in games, we're going to run the ball. And we just found out that we have a superstar running back in DeAndre Swift. I already knew that, but now the world knows that. And then when you go in to play the Eagles, you have to defend that run. You see them holes, you see them cuts, and then when you do that, we got two beasts on the outside, Devontae Smith, and we got A.J. Brown. And I do think that our skill positions are better than the Niners' skill positions. Ooh. And I'm going to say it again.
Say it again.
Our skill position is better than the Niners' skill position. Now, it's all close, though. It's all close. And I think McCaffrey is probably better than DeAndre Swift.
Probably.
Because equity-wise. Equity.
And this year, sir.
I don't know.
You saw McCaffrey against Steelers, right?
I did.
Sir.
And DeAndre Swift, he played 2 games so far. He missed the first game. God knows what he did his first game.
You're not going to say that he's better.
I'm not saying he's better.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that they close enough. When you turn on DeAndre Swift's tape and you turn on McCaffrey's tape, they both getting crazy busy, giving out crazy work. Am I tripping?
They have both been on crazy work.
Okay,
They've both been on crazy work.
So my thing is, and yeah, y'all play ball, y'all know if one dude's on a level 10 and one dude's on a level 8.5,
that 8.5 could be a 10. That 8.5 could be a 10 on any Sunday.
Well, they're going to play Week 13.
Ooh.
A lifetime.
They going to play?
Yeah.
And guess what? I guarantee the guys with the big mouths at this table will not bet me.
Don't guarantee.
They will not bet me on Week 13. They won't bet me.
I will bet you.
What?
We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, let's wait. This is a little.
Yeah, all right.
It's a while.
Yeah, all right.
But if we're talking about these two teams,
What the game at? It doesn't matter what the game's at. What the matter what the game's at?
too much going to change.
It's in Philly.
Week 13 is a long time from
It
now.
is a long.
Well, listen, I'll be available. I work here.
Can you get him to sign it? Can you get him to sign? He said he'll bet you.
I bet him.
There you go.
You get him to sign it.
Bring it over here.
I tried to.
JJ. He just signed a lot of contracts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bad contracts. He told me that Jalen Hurts
Still got
was-
money though. That's why I'm signing them. So bring it over. I still got money in my account. You know what I mean? You know, I'm playing with Al's money right now. I'm still gambling. You know what I mean? You know, when you're a true gambler, when you're down, you got to figure out a way to get out.
Philly.
You know?
Eagles. This is my favorite part of every show.
Send it over here.
Shady.
But I do got a question for you right now. Who's playing better out of the two quarterbacks through week 3?
I mean, objectively, we know the answer.
Well, you say you don't like nothing about Brock Purdy.
Huh?
You tell me you don't like
I
Brock Purdy.
don't like nothing about Brock Purdy.
See how we-
Because you keep saying that he's the best quarterback in the NFC.
Hold on.
Did he switch?
No.
We can't.
It's signed. It's signed.
It's
We cannot switch
signed,
up what you
sealed,
say.
delivered.
You told me that he's not impressive to you. You said that. You said he's not been impressive to you lately.
I didn't say he's not impressive. Who are you talking about?
Brock Purdy. You told me.
He got confused.
No.
What you say about Brock Purdy?
We talked about Brock Purdy being a top 15 quarterback. And you said he's the second best quarterback in the NFC.
You said you're not impressed by Brock Purdy.
No, and I don't think he's a top 15 quarterback. But he's playing the best right now in the NFC. So you keep saying that he's the best quarterback in the NFC.
So is he better than Jalen Hurts? Is that what you?
Huh?
Is he better than Jalen Hurts?
He's playing better than him right now. He's playing better than him right now.
Then
That's
again,
all
you know,
I'm saying.
see, this is
He's
the
playing better than him.
This is the problem. This is the problem.
Because he ain't better than him. Come on now.
The problem is,
right now.
and it's y'all fault. It's you smiling, and it's you smiling. Because y'all gotta keep him accountable.
Am I lying?
When he says wild stuff, y'all need to hold him to that.
Joy,
y'all
am I lying right
Joy,
now? Is he playing better than Justin Hurts?
Joy, he told us,
Jalen Hurts.
he told on this show, and it was live and America seen it. He told us that Jalen Hurts and Justin Fields is similar. Wow. And y'all let him live with that.
That was not
and then
the
today,
question.
He said that.
Thank you. No, because you switching the
Put your finger
question
guns
up.
down. Put your finger guns
switching the
down.
question up.
Put your finger guns down right now.
Switching the question up.
He's
Right now.
The question was.
disrespectful.
Thank
to
you,
say
Joy.
That Justin Fields is a poor man's Jalen Hurts.
Don't switch the question.
Which I don't know if this has actually aged very well, but that it wasn't exactly what he said.
And then the question
But
again
it-
with Brock
yeah.
Purdy is he a top 15 quarterback? I said no.
so.
But you keep saying Jalen Hurts is number one in the East. He ain't playing better than him.
He is. Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback.
hey, one thing I want to say this. Jalen Hurts, he told me this. He's younger than me. See, you can learn something new every day. You got to learn that. Anyway, he says, let's keep the main thing.
What'd he say?
The main thing. And right now, we 3-0, brother.
That was the Niners.
That's cool. That's cool. 3-0.
Okay, you want to know who's not 3-0? The Broncos or the Bears. Okay, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, they meet up today. Both teams, not today. Today we will talk about it. Both teams are 0-3, but which quarterback desperately needs a win more? You might see future Hall of Famer Russell Wilson get benched or a first-round pick Justin Fields get benched, depending on who loses when they face off. It's the most intriguing Game 4 matchup of the weekend. We're going to talk about it next.
Hits one in the air, left back, it goes! Harper, the swing of his life!
MLB playoffs are near, and you know what that means, Alex?
Yep, Flippin' Bats will be staying up late and having all the fun.
From breaking down the most important stories in games, nobody's done what he's doing. Nobody, not even Babe Ruth.
To interviewing baseball's biggest stars.
I felt like I was pitching more stress. I was trying to be so perfect.
No one covers America's pastime like us.
So as we sprint towards this year's World Series on Fox, please make sure to listen, follow, and subscribe to Flippin' Bats with Ben Verlander and me, Alex Curry.
Baseball is fun, and so are we. We're going to have fun, dang it. We'll talk to you soon.
You crazy. Family Speak is taking a road trip. We will be in Boulder this Friday from Farron Field at the University of Colorado ahead of really the college game of the year, USC-Colorado. Caleb Williams versus Shador Sanders. We'd love for you to be a part of it. We want you to be a part of our live audience. Check out our Twitter feed for all of the details, how you can get free tickets. And also, please tweet at us the restaurant destinations, the restaurant locations, where the vibe's going to be at. Shady wants to know, Joy needs to know, James needs to know. Yeah. Y'all know me. I'll be drinking water, studying.
Yeah. Not me. Let me stop.
All right, family, let's get to overtime, shall we? Broncos, Bears, both looking for their first win of the season when they play on Sunday. A lot of eyes will be on the quarterbacks. Russ, he's never started 0-4. And Justin Fields, he's lost 11 straight starts. Bring us on camera. I'm tired of teleprompter. All right, look, let's be real, 2-5. Russ, he's never been 0-4.
No.
Ever. Justin Fields, he's lost 11 straight. The Bears, America, have lost 13 straight. Russ desperately needs a win. Justin Fields could not, there's no player you could surmise that needs a win more unless it's Russ. This is really the biggest Week 4 matchup that I can recall in recent history. So who needs a win more, Russ or Justin Fields?
It's a tough one. Oof. I'm with the young guy, Justin Fields. He needs to win more, right? Just think about it. Russ he's playing for respect.
Yep.
He's playing for some legacy, right? He's playing for his teammates. He's playing for that contract, even though a lot of it's still guaranteed. That's what he's playing for. That's what he's fighting for. Look on the other side, Justin Fields, he's fighting to stay in the league. I mean, they lost 11 in a row. Last game in the fourth quarter, you won't believe this, he had 40 yards. There's a point when he had 40 yards in the fourth quarter. Think about this for a second. So when you ask about who needs to win more, it's got to be Justin. He's fighting to even stay in the NFL. I'm not even talking about this being a backup. I'm talking about even playing in the NFL. He might have to change the position like
Pryor.
Terrell Pryor did. He went from a quarterback, he had some good games, but he couldn't really get over the edge of actually being a really, really good quarterback. Had some good moments. Justin had some good moments. He's had some good moments, but he's not good enough to be a quarterback. I think if you go to wide receiver or something like that, maybe he extends his career a little bit. You think I'm being serious, or I'm being funny, but I'm really being serious.
You're being wrong.
When you really watch his tape, Nothing that shows that you want to keep him. And there's a guy there named Caleb Williams out there. Why wouldn't you want to go get him? So I'll say this. If you're asking me who needs to win more, it has to be the younger guy that hasn't really improved, hasn't proved anything yet, hasn't done nothing yet in this league. Yeah. But other than some good moments.
Yeah, he has had some good moments. Russ, when he was with Seattle, he went to 2 Super Bowls, won 1. Mm-hmm. Signed a big deal, right? Then he came to the Broncos and he signed 230, 100 and something
240,
plus
something like that.
Guaranteed, right?
240.
Last week when they were getting beat 70-20 or whatever it was, we talked about it yesterday. Xavier Howard came out and said, man, he's done so much for this league. Why is he in the ball game? Mm-hmm. Right? That's how I feel. Justin Fields has not proven nothing. Russell Wilson has been in this league for a long time and proven a lot of things. This is a career moment for Justin Fields. Russ has had a great career. This is a career moment for Justin Fields. Like Shady said, and I don't want to agree with him. I don't agree with him on the receiver part, but like Shady said, you're going to be sitting at home or you're going to be a backup for a long time in this league if you lose this game and lose the other games down the road because the Bears are going to move on. And what you have put on tape, who is going to take a shot on you? To be honest with you, Russ has not played really good football neither, but what he has done in this National Football League, I truly believe if it's not the Broncos, if Sean Payton say, we gon' take this money, whatever we owe you, I think it's another team out there to say, we think we can get Russ back to the Russ. There's no team out there that's going to say, we think we can fix Justin Fields if he continues to play at this level. So for me, it is 0-3 versus 0-3. Both quarterbacks not playing well. Both quarterbacks didn't play well last year. This is a big moment for Justin Fields if you want to revive your career and let the Bears know that you can still be that guy.
Can you ask me the question?
Joy, who needs to win more? Is it Russ or Justin Fields?
Yes.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
The answer is
The
yes.
answer is yes. But you're making me pick, so I'm going to have to say Justin Fields. I agree, for all the reasons that you said. But let's make no mistake about it. If they go 0-4, it's going to be bad. It's going to be very serious. There's going to be very intense conversations, and we will be talking about the Broncos next week if they lose to the Chicago Bears. Mm-hmm. But Russ is still going to be the quarterback, and Russ is still going to get paid. And I do agree with you. If they did decide to move on from Russ, I think somebody would still want him. No. Justin Fields is in a situation where he is playing for his football future. Mm-hmm. Forget getting paid. Is he going to remain the starter for the Chicago Bears for the rest of this season? I don't think they're going to move on from the coach, but that's another part of the conversation if you start 0-4. I mean, he's won 5 games. They've lost 11 straight. He's not put anything on tape this year that even insinuates that there's something that they can get going here, and he hasn't even been running that well. For whether that's what the plays they're calling or whatever it is. But at least you had that last year. Didn't really translate to winning, but it had some numbers. There was something that we could point to. So the answer is yes. But if I have to choose, just because of the immediate urgency, it's Justin Fields.
I love when we prep the show and I don't get y'all's answers, because then I'm fascinated, right? And I genuinely approach things where I think, like, I could be wrong. And I might be wrong here because I say Russ. And I say Russ for all of the reasons y'all said Fields. That's the craziest thing. Like, everything y'all said, I'm like, yeah. Our work is the same, but then as soon as we hit equal, we got a different answer. I think that Fields is more likely to get another job. From who? Well, here's my thought process. Fields will be substantially cheaper. First thought.
So you think Zach Wilson gonna get another job?
I think people believe that you can do more with Fields than you can with Zach because of Fields' mobility. Yeah. I also believe Fields is 24. I think Russ is 34. So I'm thinking about age. I'm thinking about cost-benefit analysis. I'm also thinking who's more allowed to be a backup. In the National Football League, it's not just about talent. Shade, you know this. You've been in these situations. Coaches have to weigh, how distracting are you as a backup? Russell Wilson can't be a backup. It's the same reason Cam Newton couldn't be a backup. He's Cam Newton. Russell Wilson can't be a backup. Justin Fields can be a backup. Justin Fields also, if they don't pick up his 5th-year option, after year 4, Justin Fields can be a $2 million quarterback. Russell Wilson can't be that. He's a $200 million quarterback. So I see all of y'all's math, and I just got a different answer. I'm fine being wrong, but I was just fascinated. I have Russ, because I'm like, if Russ starts 0-4 with his Hall of Fame resume on the line, I just think he has more to lose. But
But you've seen other starting quarterbacks that look bad, look awful, get other jobs. Carson Wentz got a couple of jobs when he looked bad. You've seen that. I could name so many. Matt Ryan, was an elite quarterback, start getting bad, starting getting older. He had opportunities to start. We've seen this happen all the time. You rarely see a quarterback that plays as bad as Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, get another chance to start.
Yeah.
As a franchise quarterback.
I don't think he will start. Fields will not start.
So that's what I'm saying.
Unless he comes play wide receiver like I said.
But also, Russ he hasn't been bad this year. He just hasn't been good.
Right.
And the last game, nobody's putting it on Russ. So it's really just the first 2 games. We'll see how this goes.
But not only that, you got one dude fighting for his career. Justin Fields is fighting for his career.
You don't
Russ
think
has
Russ is
had
doing the same?
Russ has had a really good career, though. Like Shady said, you might be fighting for a little bit of legacy because you don't want to go out like that, but you have had a solid career. Justin Fields ain't even really got started. This is his career. You could be on the bench for the next 10 years.
40 yards in the fourth quarter. You didn't hear me. Yeah, I don't think you guys heard me. 40 yards in the fourth quarter?
Total or passing?
Passing. What are we talking about here? That's like video game against a 10-year-old. Like 40 yards in the fourth quarter? You're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. You know how bad that is? That's bad.
Oh, well, what I did hear was the breaking news that really shook the sports world today. Dame Lillard, he's not going to Miami. He's actually going to Milwaukee. Who was the biggest winner of the trade? Who's the biggest loser of the trade? Let's talk through it all when we return. It's the breaking news of today.
Yo, me and my prime, me and Dame Lillard 1-on-1. Who wins?
Hey, college football fans. This is RJ Young, host of Fox Sports' #1 college football show. The biggest names, the biggest games. The theme is we do it big on this here thing. Please subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
We got to get back to the huge NBA news of the day. Dame Lillard, he is headed to Milwaukee. 3-team deal. Blazers, Suns, Bucks. 7-time All-Star joining 2-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo. Joy, who is the biggest winner of what might go down as a historical trade?
Giannis.
Yep.
He was talking about, y'all better do something. I might be up out of here. Everyone counts on, And Giannis, everyone counted on Giannis not being that guy, right? They always say, this is really like the American players are the ones that move. There's all this loyalty. Okay, everyone wants to get real excited about that stuff. Okay, but Giannis has standards. Giannis wants to win championships. Yep. Giannis wants to move outside of individual awards. He wants to stack his legacy. Okay, keep the urgency on the team. And they went out and brought in Damian Lillard, who's an incredible player that anyone would want on their roster, a top 75 player, and somebody who I think makes them immediate favorites in the East. So Giannis is the big winner of this, and especially because you talked about them being the 1 seed and where they are year after year. Part of the reason why it went the way that it went is because Giannis has had to do all of that full speed every single game. So to have someone like a Damian Lillard to work with him schematically, Giannis's life just got a lot easier. The pressure just kicked up, but he's been in that situation before.
Absolutely. It's absolutely Giannis. Giannis just was sitting up like this, like, dang, how am I going to get through this season? And now he leaned back like, who I got there, right? A lot is off his shoulders. He does not have to do a lot. And what I mean a lot, I mean just like minutes-wise and all that. And the basketball always has to go through him. He always has to make the plays. Now you have a top 75 player on your basketball team that can really help you out and do all that stuff for you as well to make your job easier on the basketball court, to make you get a lot more one-on-ones on the basketball court. Giannis in this situation. And I absolutely love it because the Bucks took care of Giannis. We got you, brother. You stuck through us with some ups and downs. We're going to make sure that you're going to be able to compete in this thing for a long time.
I think the biggest winner is Dame Lillard. Just because of now we get to see him in the light that he deserves. We always thought he was a great player, the things he did in Portland. But now you put it on the big stage, or the elites of the elites, playoff basketball, championship basketball.
Love to
now when he gets out there and plays and he does that he does this after hitting a game-winning 3 ball or a walk-off game-winning 3 to win a game, they'll bring his stardom up like he deserves. And the way we talk about LeBron James, the way we talk about Steph Curry, people talk about Dame Lillard in the same light.
No question.
James, 85 days ago, you were in Arizona most of the time. That's what you were doing. But 85 days ago, I said something quite interesting, actually.
What you say, bro?
I will say To me, Milwaukee is the best fit.
You said Milwaukee's the best fit?
Milwaukee's the best fit.
Ooh,
But the
man,
reason is,
brother.
if Dame truly wants to win, I would go to a team that I know can win without me. I mean, I want a little something, but I'm with Joy. I think Giannis is the biggest winner because now Giannis can solidify himself in that top 10. Shady been bragging.
Wait. Don't it feel good when you be right?
It do. I don't know. I don't know if James knows how it feels.
Oh, yeah, he'll know.
He knows how it feels.
You gotta tell him.
But like James,
My time is coming. Don't worry about it. My time is coming. I mean,
look, I think Giannis is the biggest winner. Solidify yourself as a top 10 player in the history of basketball. Ooh. 2 regular season MVPs and a finals MVP. When you talk about the players that have done that, it is a very, 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 very small list. If he can continue to stack to that, like Joy said, Giannis will continue to win. But also, Antetokounmpo, that's what it is, his Greek name. But when he wins, James, on this show, Giannis Ugo Adetokounmpo.
There we go.
See, I get to call him by his Nigerian name a whole lot more.
I gotta sound that out. Say it one more time. Never mind. We'll do it for break.
All right, family. When we return, we'll be in Colorado this weekend. That's where we're going to be. Friday, live from Boulder. There are going to be a lot of A-listers out there. It's the place to be, and we're going to be there as well. Check out our Speak page so you can get free tickets. We'll be more back next.
Caleb Williams or Shador Sanders? Who y'all taking?
All right, family, we are in our 2-minute drill. I already told y'all twice now that we're going to be in Boulder. They say the stars are going to be there. LeBron's supposed to be in attendance. Jay-Z's supposed to be in attendance. Joy Taylor's supposed to be in attendance. James Jones supposed to be in attendance. And I think that's it.
that's it.
Wait, why you ain't saying our names with Jay-Z in them?
I did.
Nah, but the way you said it, though. You should have said us first and then Jay and them. Like,
But the prompter had LeBron. It had it in order.
man, bro. You
I
don't
was
always
reading the prompter.
Yeah.
Well, that thing.
Yeah, we gonna be there, too.
You gonna be there.
I'm gonna be there. On the field. On the field.
You got the outfit picked out or what you know what I'm saying?
I'm always fly.
Just for the viewers, they just want to know, like,
You see me, I'm gonna be fly, iced up, you know what I mean? Fly, swag, all that.
It's gonna be fun.
who you picking?
For the game? Yeah. What day is it? What's today? Thursday?
Thursday.
What's today?
Today, Wednesday.
Oh, we got time. I gotta see who's playing, who's healthy, who's hurt. I gotta see all that. I'm a true gambler. That's what I do.
The quarterbacks are playing.
But guess what? I believe in Prime, though. So I'm gonna look at my notes and look what's going on. Now, Caleb Williams is a bad boy.
Bad
now.
man.
Bad man. I'm not saying that. I gotta see who's playing. That's all.
Like, you 20,000 believe in Prime or, like, you know?
I gotta see who's playing.
I just told you.
gotta do your
Shador's
homework.
playing.
No. But I'm saying with players like
Travis isn't playing.
But you got linemen that's hurt. I see some linemen in the practice this week. Some defensive linemen. Everything. Come on now.
You're my favorite person in the world.
I mean?
All right, family. We'll see y'all tomorrow.